up, everybody? Welcome back to the Corridor Cast.
What's up?
It's been a minute.
We need a little opening podcast jingle.
I know, I left my piano at home.
And we left our Sam at home, too.
Yeah.
Well, we got a new guest today. Check it out. We got Griffin here.
Hey,
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's an honor to be here. Great to meet you guys.
Griffin is low-key one of the funniest people in this entire building, so I'm really happy to have him here today.
Aw, you. Thank you.
He's always there to remind us how much money we have, which is not much. We are poor,
We're poor.
according to Griff, constantly.
Poor, yeah.
Oh, this bit is going to get me in trouble one day.
Yeah, that's a Smash Bros. Bit that he's been doing for years, and no one knows why.
The answer why is it's not that I hate poor people. like that's not like that's not why. Okay, like the truth is, like, I was thinking about how rappers will like call their rivals or whatever like broke boys. You know, they'll like make fun of them for not having as much money as them, and they'll be like, "You're a bunch of broke boys. Like, you guys stink. Like, you're losers. You're smelly." And I was like. When you're calling someone a broke boy, you're basically just being like, "You're poor. Look how poor you are. You're so poor." So I just started calling Dean poor, and it's kind of gotten out of hand.
Yeah, he's now a resident homeless dude, which is an oxymoron.
Yeah.
People are asking about, or mentioning the shirt design stuff from the vlogs. Griffin, what goes into a good t-shirt?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Really?
I mean, I feel like a good t-shirt has to like look sick. It has to be cool. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, when I think about
I mean, you are right.
It's got to be cool. It's got to be good.
I'm also really excited for everyone to see the final design, because like some really cool additions have been made since the vlog, and I'm really, really happy with it.
You've been working on this one a lot. This has kind of become like a passion project for you almost.
A little bit. It's yeah, because I didn't really think too much about it going into it, but it's like death metal logos are like their own art form, and I had to start out by like learning a new like art form, and then yeah, it's been very cool. But a good t-shirt, I think, I feel like everyone has a different answer for that, right? Yeah, I don't really know how to nail it down. What do you guys think goes into a good t-shirt?
It's got to be good.
It gotta look sick.
It's got to look
Gotta
sick.
go- No, I mean, I feel like there's like specific things about like certain t-shirts that I come back to. It's like it needs to be like understated while like still having a statement, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want my shirts to be like too loud, but at the same time, like a big monochrome design can be really nice. I don't know. Like the tan t-shirt and sweatshirt with the broken out corridor logo.
Yeah.
I really like that shirt, and everybody in the studio really likes that shirt. And it's like, why that one? You know, is it like the color scheme? Is it the like fact that it's like logo wear, but like classy logo wear? You know, it's like you have a Action VFX merch shirt on.
The reason why I wear this shirt is not because I love Action VFX, which I do. It's because this shirt is extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
This is like the softest material ever.
That's super important too, honestly. It's like what the shirt's just on, like the print is on. Yeah.
Well, moving on from shirts, though, I want to talk about Lego. Because we just put out a Lego video over the weekend, which was kind of done 2 weeks before that. And I was out for a whole week, so I don't really know why it got delayed other than brand stuff. But yeah, everyone's commenting that Jalen is taking my job. Good. No, it's great. It's obviously Jalen and I have very, very different styles in communicating stuff, but I want to just kind of point out that as much of a video this is for Jordan Allen, this is also a video for Dean.
Yeah.
Like Dean very much so kind of like pushed this video into existence. And not to undermine Jordan's involvement by saying he's only the face, I'm trying to sort of like promote Dean's influence on this, because he put a lot of long hours into this. He basically wrote and directed the whole thing. Him and I did a lot of groundwork before they even started writing it on like what the direction of this could be and like how to go into that. And so like yeah, I was very excited for this video to happen, and it was very interesting to be like on the sidelines of it and be like, this feels like a scale video that I have nothing to do with. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because when the channel does good, we all do good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun video. A lot of visual effects in it.
Dean did a lot of VFX too, huh?
He did a ton. He did a bunch of Blender renders. He did a lot with like Google Earth Studio. I believe Dean's on vacation right now. I don't know
Honeymoon.
where. Oh, honeymoon.
He's on his honeymoon in Europe.
In Europa.
Yeah, he'll
That's
be back
far.
next week.
But yeah,
Blender
Lego
render. Blur render.
Blender. Blender. Blur. Yeah.
Blender.
Yeah, no, it was fun. They've been working on that one a while. That's been
Yeah,
been
that was
cooking
a
for
big project.
a few months now.
Yeah.
Off and on here and there. A lot of our projects lately have kind of been that way, like the Scale of Dinosaurs video that I am still working on. I think we started talking about that back in like March. I was like, all right, I think that's going to be the next video we're going to work on. And then like
A bunch of other videos happened. I mean, Bowling Ball happened, which is also an amazing project.
that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Just on top of that and just all the other projects going on, just like constantly doing React episodes and all the other like the render challenges and just being involved with everything here and there. It's like, wow, my time gets stretched thin when that happens.
There's some fire render challenges that happened over the past month, though.
Yeah. Do you know how many views my freaking render challenge, my bubble wrap video's at right now?
No.
It's at 286 million views.
Holy crap.
It's at almost 300
Holy
million.
shit.
Wow. Like, what the heck? It has completely eclipsed my puzzle piece render, which I thought was an impossible thing to do now.
There's a world where that hits 1 billion views.
There is a world.
That would be insane. The first billion view video.
I mean, it got like 250 million views in a month. That's how fast it got there. It was like, I posted it on June 1st, and by July 1st, it was already like at 250 million.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. It's obviously slowed down a lot. It's not.
I guess you won that challenge, huh? Unless Sam has that weird, like, late stage, like, comeback like he did for the last one.
Dude, that was so wild because it was like, we all kind of like posted our renders, and mine did pretty well pretty quickly. My little magnetic piece thing, and then I think 6 weeks go by, and then Sam's render just decides on its own to throw a kite up into the stratosphere and just catch a hold of the algorithmic winds.
Does it have like 35 million views now?
It's something around there. I want to say it like pretty quickly got up to like 25 million.
Man.
And that's also on YouTube Shorts where they actually make money. Guess how much money I made off of that Instagram short?
Zero.
$0.
Oh, man.
Not even like $7.61.
$0.00.
Isn't it crazy that these days companies can get away with getting 200 million views off of your content and putting ads next to it, and they don't have to pay you?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
It's wild.
It was different on Instagram back in the day, and by like a few years ago, their monetization was different. It was more like YouTube now, where it's like if your thing got views, it would Sam's videos at 35 million on YouTube now, which as a YouTube short pays, so it doesn't pay as well as a
like
regular
$350.
YouTube. Yeah. I mean, for 35
Actually,
million
no, it's more
views,
than
that's
that.
probably over $1,000.
Yeah,
at that
actually, you're
point.
right.
But if that was a regular YouTube video, like a long form YouTube video
man,
with
that'd be
35 million
insane.
views,
Whole different. Yeah.
35 million views on a long form video,
That's like twice.
that could be upwards of $100,000.
That's like twice as many long form views we get on our channel across the entire month.
Yeah.
That's how big that would be for one video.
That would be absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And there is a correlation between how much a video earns and how long the video is, and that has to do with like watch time and inside baseball stuff like that. But on Instagram several years ago, you would be able to like upload a video and you'd get like earnings from it or whatever. And for me, for like a while, it was like maybe $100 to $200 a month or every other month. It was just like kind of just like a side thing. It was like, yeah, it would be nice. But then they changed it so that in order to be eligible for monetization on Instagram, you have to upload 10 reels a month and 20 Facebook posts a month to be eligible for up to $5,000 over the course of a 90-day period.
So it caps.
It caps.
What?
It caps.
Over 3 months, not just 1 month.
And then you have to make sure you hit that same minimum threshold again.
Every month, yeah.
Or every 3 months. You have to
And so when I saw that, I was just like, okay, well, I guess I just won't make anything on Instagram, because it's like, sure, I could try to grind and like try to make that a thing, but I would much prefer to put my effort and energy towards corridor stuff and making videos than something that might pay out all right if I spend my whole life. I never want to do the social media grind where you have to upload something every day. Like, I've certainly contemplated it over the years, but that does not seem like a sustainable thing. And that's the whole thing about TikTok, is that like they incentivize that type of content creation. They incentivize you to be able to upload frequently, several times a day, ideally, because they don't care if you burn out. In fact, they're like, yeah, that's fine, because we know there's going to be someone else to take your spot.
Man.
And it's like, ugh, YouTube's where it's at.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Always has been, and I honestly believe will be for a long time.
You know who I'd be really interested to talk to is, like, just speaking of Meta and like their content creation ecosystem. I would love to talk to like a successful Facebook videos creator, because like I don't know if you guys have been watching like Facebook videos recently in the last couple of years, but
I don't use Facebook.
they're bananas, dude. Like they're either super long and nothing happens. Like it'll be like Karen argues with police officer, like half crazy, you must watch. And then it's like clearly two actors, and they're just standing, and like nothing happens. They're just shouting at each other it's a 20-minute video.
What?
Just like kind of arguing. Or it'll be some kind of weird like fake crafting video where it's like, here's how to make like a cool gift for your wife, and it starts with some crazy like rage bait engagement hook in the beginning, like you know, like dipping a banana in glitter paint and then throwing it at like a wall, and then the gift is something completely unrelated.
Wow.
Or like putting a raw chicken like on the dashboard of a car. I'm making these up, but
Are you talking about like picture-in-picture type things where there's like someone talking in the top half and something completely irrelevant on the bottom half?
no, there's like these videos. There's these really specific kind of like crafting videos on Facebook where like it'll be like how to make your boring chair cool, and it'll be like the end result will be like you take an office chair and you turn it into like a really crappy like fake mechanical bowl or something. But then the first shot is just them like making a silicone mold of raw turkey and then throwing it away. And then that's never used. Like,
Oh,
So just like to
weird.
grab your attention.
exactly. They'll have some
Weird.
crazy like out of pocket attention grabbing thing.
It's
So
weird- yeah.
I'm just super interested to talk to people who like make that, because it seems so weird.
Well, it's like algorithm farmers. You know, it's like you have these like behemoth corporations that have built these like algorithmically driven like money making machines, and then you have like people who are like, well, I guess I'll just figure out how to farm that algorithm. Versus like, I mean, YouTube definitely has a big chunk of that, but there is also a lot of just like actual creators on YouTube that have non-algorithmic audiences who actually like know who that person is and like goes and watches their stuff with
Yeah.
intent, as opposed to just like
I mean, that's the gold egg right
yeah,
there.
it is. I mean, hey, we're dude right now is the podcast. You know, it's like
Yeah.
very few people listening to this right now are probably people that have just completely randomly stumbled across this through the algorithm. You know,
Every
This
now
is
and then
all-
I think about how long we've been doing this. I got a memory from my phone recently. 10 years ago, I went to the Streamys.
Oh man,
10 years ago, I have a picture of my wife and I in front of like on the red carpet in front of the Streamys banner, you know, and it's like I'm wearing a suit. She looks nice, and it's like sick. We're at the Streamys. 10 years ago, it was
dude.
2015.
I'm impressed that Streamys has managed to persist as like a part of the streaming video industry.
Yeah, I think there's a few different like award shows for online
There's
content.
Webbies.
Yeah, the Webbies are the other main one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Webbies and the Streamies. It's always interesting because the last like I don't know 5-6 years or so, even a few years before COVID, the Streamies were held at the same place they do the Emmys in that
Whoa.
hotel. And there's like that whole. It's like a ballroom type thing. They have all the tables out, so you get to eat dinner while the awards are going on. You see them when you see the Emmys, and it's like being in that same room on a table, like sitting at a table, and you look behind you, and it's like, oh, that's Rhett and Link. Hey guys, I'll never forget like sitting there next to them, and like I look over, and Link is looking at our table, and he taps on Christian's shoulder, and he's like, hey, I know that guy, and he points at you, and Christian's like, yeah.
And Red and Link have been in this game for a long time.
They're arguably one of the oldest old school
Yeah.
YouTubers still on
They
the
were in it
platform.
longer. I mean, they were in it for a while before we even started.
It's like the only other people on the platform still there's like a small crew of them that are still actively uploading. I think Philip DeFranco is one of them who's been in it the longest. There's a couple other I can't think of right now, but yeah, there's most of them don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Anthony Padilla. Yeah, the Smosh guys.
Yeah, Smosh, totally.
Man, what a journey they've had.
Right?
Yeah.
Also closely entwined with Rhett and Link.
Yep.
Markiplier didn't get a start that soon. Like, I'm talking like pre-2010.
Yeah.
480p days.
Yeah.
That's how you know someone's an OG.
When YouTube
My-
first unveiled 16:9.
My
Ooh.
personal YouTube channel was started in 2006. So it's 19 years old now.
I actually wonder how old mine is. I think mine was started in 2004.
Well,
2005.
that's hard to imagine because
Well,
YouTube
YouTube started then.
in 2005.
Yeah, sorry, not 2004. then.
We've been
I think-
celebrating their 20th anniversary this year.
That's true. I think I pretty much started mine the exact same time when YouTube came out.
I remember uploading stuff to Emmett. God
Yeah,
dang.
2006.
Oh, dude.
Emmett, why'd you have to come in and say that? Where are you? Is Emmett upstairs?
Wow.
He just said my YouTube channel is older than him. Oh my god.
Oh
Our
man.
intern's young up there. He's upstairs.
He's in the walls somewhere. He's crawling around. Listen to us talk.
Man.
Everyone keeps saying my wife's name, and I'm very confused for a moment. But I remember Jenna Marbles. Classic.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to track along with the chat.
So speaking of like YouTubers and YouTubery type stuff, I've got something to announce. Not really announce, but I want to talk about it. It's been announced. Creator Clash that I've spent the last like 6-7 months of my life training for, basically since October. But really hardcore starting to train for it beginning of January. The whole thing I've dedicated my life so far this year to doesn't exist anymore. It is over. It has been canceled, and I'm not going to fight anyone anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm sad for
I didn't know how to react to it at first. So here's the wild part.
you. How did you react to it at first?
I had almost no reaction. Aaron Hansen, Ego Raptor, we had him on Animators React. He co-runs Real Good Touring along with Justin. They're putting on the event. Obviously, I've talked about iDubbbz in the past, basically creating the event, and we've talked about the drama behind that. That was kind of like the start of things, but I don't know if it was like we'll get into that. I don't think iDubbbz was the catalyst into the event failing as much as people think it is. Not to say it wasn't a contribution. Anyway, so I'm chilling at the park on a blanket, having a good time. I'm next to my slackline, and I'm just having a good time, being like, yeah, reminiscing, or not reminiscing, I'm just considering that today's date is June 28th, and that I should be in Florida right now fighting. It's about 5 p.m., and I'm like, with the time difference, that's 8 p.m. in Florida, that should have been around when I was walking up into the ring. And then I receive a phone call from Aaron Hansen informing me that Creator Clash has been fully canceled. So it was just a really weirdly ironic time to get that phone call. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. I understand.
Oh man.
Then kind of like, the rest of my evening was kind of just like, all right. But truthfully, it wasn't nearly as big of a deal to me as the delay was. The delay was really what kind of crushed my spirits.
Yeah.
And that was like middle to the end of May. It was like May 20th, I think, is when they delayed it. I remember it was 40 days out from the event. It was literally like, wow, all right, the event is in 40 days. I am in full-on like fight camp right now. I'm training every single day, 3 mornings a week as well. And this is like 100% my attention. And they're like, okay, it is no longer at the end of June, a month away. It is now going to be at the end of October, 5.5 months away. Man. And it was just immediately a visceral shock to my system. I lost all of my motivation. I didn't want to train anymore. And so I basically took like 3 weeks off at that point. I was just straight up because I went to training that night after I learned about the delay, and I was just like, my heart wasn't in it.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm pushing myself hard, but then it's just like every now and then when my heart rate's like hitting like high 180s and I'm like gasping for breath, I'm like, why? Like, why am I doing this? and so that's when I took the break, and it was really nice to like relax and just kind of change that. And then slowly I got back into it. I was training like a couple times a week there for a few weeks, and now it's just over. So it's kind of weird to handle that.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I feel like some people respond with, the experience of having gotten into the kind of shape you're in and honed your skills the way you have. These are kind of deeply important life skills that you've taken to a high level all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Was it worth it for that?
Yeah. I'd say it's like very worth it in the end. There was a minute there where I was really worried I wasn't even going to be able to get my stipend that they promised us. That was a whole thing, because half the reason why I accepted this gig is that they were giving us a stipend to pay for training.
Right.
And they were only going to pay us that stipend once the event had happened. And so I've been paying my trainer out of pocket. We're talking thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Right. I mean, you're training almost every day.
Yeah, and so it's like having someone giving their time, an hour to you every day, for months. That's not cheap. I was basically spending all my own money on this with the assumption that the stipend was going to come in, and then I don't want to get into too many details about it, but basically with the event being canceled, they're not entitled to pay you all of it, and so. It was suddenly like, oh, now not only is this event not happening, I'm now losing thousands of dollars on this event. And that was not something I'd planned for. But we're talking it out, and we might be able to get this figured out. So that's no longer a problem, I hope. It's not still a thing. Or rather, it has not yet happened, but I trust that they'll make good on it. So at the very least, I won't lose money on it. Mm-hmm. But if that was not going to be the case, it was going to be a big problem. So now that is the case, I basically got free training for half a year for like extreme fight training. And I think, so what you're saying is like, was it worth it? Is like, yeah, it taught me a lot of things about fitness, taught me a lot of things about like nutrition, because I was forced to have to like, oh, okay, I have to literally have 2 protein shakes a day in order to hit my protein, like, what do you call it, Griffin? It's like a protein amount that you hit
Oh yeah, just your allotment.
Allotment, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It was cool getting to like talk muscle building with you all year.
It has,
because you have gotten really into it. You train 4 days a week.
I've been training 4 days a week. Like, it's crazy. I've been training 4 days a week, and with only a few exceptions, like being out of town, I have not missed a day.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
In like 7 or 8 months or something.
But you're doing the whole thing where you're bulking and then you're cutting.
Mm-hmm. It has been very nice to be able to talk to, because you are basically the only other person I know who like cares about this. Right?
Yeah. So that is like, I guess, a huge part of my training has been mostly just the boxing training, which is a very specific type. It's not like muscle building, but I've been supporting it with the weightlifting and muscle building as well. And so through all of that, I've learned how to get in shape. And so this isn't the end to that. I'm going to keep training. I want to keep getting buffer. It's like, it's so addicting when you notice like, wait a minute, that's a muscle I didn't used to have. All right, sick. I can do 12 pull-ups in a row. I can go and do 12 pull-ups right now. And I'm working towards a goal of trying to do a muscle up. Someday I'll be able to get it, but I'm not there yet. And so it's like you start realizing the progression is addicting, and kind of getting into all that. So it is also like, if we want to get a little real here, I drink a lot less now too. I used to drink a lot more alcohol. And it was never really a problem for me, but it was always just like more than I should.
Right. Alcohol wrecks you. It's not good on you.
Yeah, no, like 0 amount of alcohol is good for you. And so, I mean, I still drink a little bit, but the amount, because it was starting to get to a point, I'd get home from training at like 9 or 10 p.m. at night. I would eat dinner, and I would have to go to sleep so I can get up at 7 to do more training in the morning. And it was like, literally, I cannot have a beer right now because it'll mess with the few hours of sleep I possibly can get.
Yeah.
And so I got into not drinking, and that has actually continued a little bit. Over the last month or so, I've kind of fallen back into it a little. So I'm like, you know what? I will like to have a beer. So because of it, I've also gotten very into non-alcoholic beer, which I didn't expect to be good, but it's currently going through a little bit of a revolution in quality, and non-alcoholic beer is actually starting to get pretty good now.
Yeah, my mom's actually really into non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, that's right. You told me she likes like Athletic, the brewing company.
That's so wild to me because like when I think of non-alcoholic beer, all I think about is like O'Doul's.
O'Doul's, yeah.
And, like, yeah, thinking about there being like craft O'Doul's is really interesting.
Yeah, like Deschutes has some non-alcoholic beer. Lagunitas has some non-alcoholic beer.
Whoa.
And the downside to that is that it still is like beer calories. You know, it's still just like empty calories and whatnot. But there's no alcohol in it. Technically, you still have to have an ID. You still have to be 21 to buy it because it's like less than they have to put on. There's less than 0.5% in it, so it's like it's because they couldn't burn it all off. But it's like completely 100% negligible. Anyway, I've been liking that.
You know, like speaking of non-alcoholic beer, speaking of Creator Clash and your fellow competitors, the LA Beast was also slated to fight, and you know, you talking about non-alcoholic beer having, you know, it's like all the great beer flavor, all the great calories, but none of the alcohol. I do remember that that wonderful man.
The great calories.
That wonderful man, the LA Beast, made a video a long time ago about how to get the opposite, how to get all of the great alcohol with none of the calories, and he was. Where he was, have you seen that? Where he was smoking liquor?
What?
I mean, smoking in big air quotes, but he found a way with like a plastic bottle, hard liquor, or I guess any alcohol, and then like a bicycle pump.
Wow.
He was able to like vaporize alcohol and then huff it.
Wow, that's rough.
What?
Hey, chat, don't do that.
What?
I don't know what camera. Yeah.
And that's who Harley was gonna fight.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I love Harley, respect him, but I kind of think him quitting Creator Clash was a little bit of a catalyst for the event actually falling apart. Not more than iDubbbz, to be clear. I don't know. I still like Ian. It's just the whole event turned into such a mess. It's like not Fire Festival levels of mess. Obviously, that's like the pinnacle of messiness. But I think the event wasn't selling well either. It was like I think they had sold like 2,000 tickets to an arena that
hadn't
could
really
house
been promoted
26,000.
super heavily.
They weren't really doing a great job promoting it. They were relying on us to promote it, which, to be clear, we promoted it. We put it in our freaking stop motion 3D printed video, promoted it. We talked about it here on the podcast a lot. I've shared it a bunch on Instagram. I thought I was doing my share of promotion for that, but I guess not everyone was. Yeah, so it's like I think it was like doomed to fail at a certain point. It was like I think they're just cutting their losses once they realize, yeah, this is probably not going to work.
Yeah.
Last ditch effort to save things was to delay the event, but then, yeah, I think they had like sponsors pull out and various issues pop up because of that, and it was just like,
Yeah, once there was a bunch of
crash
drama,
and burn.
Once there's a bunch of drama between various YouTube parties, and, you know, that immediately that probably put a big damper on ticket sales.
Yeah, but like Harley leaving was the first actual real legitimate step to like, oh, this is affecting the event now. And obviously, you know, respect to Harley for sticking to his guns and being like, you know what, I don't want to be part of this. I feel really bummed for Freddie because like he was down to do this whole event too, and like he was in it, and then they delayed it, and it's like, well, they've delayed it to a date that I literally cannot do because I'm going to be in the middle of shooting a movie. So, well, so much for that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that sucks.
But just think of how Buffy's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, his body is primed. That video he put out was so perfect.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to see?
I did. It's great.
It tells such a good story. It shows off like his physique and how good he's gotten at this stuff, and it's just such classic Freddy. And yeah, and so I think the biggest thing I'm bummed about this whole event is that I'm not going to get to destroy Trevor. Because I was pretty dang. Did it freeze?
Yeah, let's just keep going though.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was fairly confident. Not only was I going to beat Trevor, I was going to annihilate him.
Yeah.
I was fairly confident. And perhaps that's not fair, but that was how I felt. And now it's kind of like this weird thing because it's like, okay, does this mean now I get to be friends with Trevor? We've still never met. I've still never talked with him other than some like YouTube comments responding to each other with some trash talk.
Have you thought about doing just like an unsanctioned like backyard fight? He lives in LA, right?
He does, yeah.
You guys should just I mean, don't become friends too soon as well. I think you guys could like talk some.
Before the actual event got canceled, I was thinking about hitting up Trevor and being like, "Hey, how you feeling about all this?" And for whatever reason, I never actually checked in. Like I never actually reached out and said hi. Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre thing because now it's like, when will be the time that I get to meet him?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be at Open Sauce this weekend.
Perhaps never.
Yeah, perhaps never. He's really into basketball, which I am too. The end.
What else? What else does he like? Does he like dim sum?
Dim sum what?
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's like I'm going through this, and honestly, last week was really, really good for my soul and my psyche to just kind of like get away from things, kind of unwind. And I spent the whole week in Eastern Oregon, in a town near Bend. Beautiful, beautiful area. It's like kind of like deserty Oregon wilderness. Friggin' loved it. Since I'm like in such, I don't want to say I'm in good or great shape right now, but I have like these energy levels that I just always constantly I want to do activities like all the time. It's like, you want to go on a hike? Let's go do it. We'll get back from the hike and it's like, all right, who wants to go play like pickleball? And we played Foursquare in the driveway every single night. It was great.
Wow.
The whole family too. Like my wife's dad is like 71 and he was like kicking all our butts in Foursquare like constantly.
He's got all the strats.
Yeah. But he was just like, I mean, it's like we were all really into it. And so being able to do all that, get away and kind of just enjoy the wilderness and nature and just kind of like process, because it's weird going through this transition from having something be a huge focus of your life to it not. Even if we did have the event, even if it did all happen, I'd probably still be going through a similar experience of just like, okay, now what? And now I'm also in this weird experience where it's like all the friends I made, like all my training partners, my coach, how often am I going to get to see them now? I went from seeing them every single day to now I don't see them anymore. We're still friends. We could hang out when we want to, but like, be real with yourselves. Like, how often do you get to see all your friends?
Yeah. Not that often.
It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. So it's like,
it's probably what it feels like. Imagine how strange it must be getting out of the military after being in it for like 4 or 6 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Man. Anyways.
So it's like, there's a couple things I kind of want to pursue now that I'm out of it.
You're going to Open Sauce this weekend?
That is true. So today is my last day here. Tomorrow I'm going to Open Sauce. So if you are in San Francisco and you're going to Open Sauce at all, I will be there. Come find me. I'll be taking pictures with everyone who wants. Nick and Daniel are going to be there. Nick and I are going to be on a panel with Captain Disillusion and I forget who else.
You mean Alan?
Alan, yes, his intern, Captain D's intern will be there, and I forget who else is on that panel. I feel really bad right now. But the other panel I'm on is going to be with Evan and Caitlin, also Nerdforge, and someone else I also forgot.
Nice.
Are Evan and
I
Caitlin,
forget everyone I'm with right now.
Are those the two that made the robot dog furry?
Yes,
Or Furby?
yes.
Different video.
Which I met last year at Open Sauce.
That's so cool.
It's literally like the Boston Dynamics dog that they made into a Furby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like it has the same voices as a Furby. It's covered in the fur like a Furby. It's got the head of a Furby.
Wow.
It's a demonic nightmare.
It
Because it's a robot dog that's walking around.
Doesn't it also? Yeah, it has like nice and demonic mode. Like it's like one of the coolest. Like, those two are awesome. That's one of the coolest videos I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of crazy things at Open Sauce this year.
They have
accessible,
they have a huge like head that I think breathes fire or something like that, and like a huge robot cube like the size of a bus or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I think One Wheel's gonna be there.
Whoa.
Excited
Cool.
for that. I think they'll have a little demo booth. I think the thing I'm most looking forward to at Open Sauce this year is I'm going on a One Wheel ride at dawn, somewhere through San Francisco with the local tour guide. The local tour guide is Adam Savage.
Man,
You're missing out. Sorry.
I want to be there.
San Francisco is so
sounds
sweet.
Also, yeah, and if Daniel will be there too. He's gonna be helping me hand out all of the 3D prints that we were promising to give away.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If you find Daniel on the floor, you'll get a red.
you're not gonna know what he
figure.
looks like, but go find him.
He's got a Gundam bag. He's walking around with a Gundam bag.
So personal time, but I never saw everyone family collaborating the personal time together. How you guys work? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
you can't
engage.
Anyway, you okay.
I'm not quite sure what that means. But yeah, we hang out. 1 a.m. Review Tech. I wonder where they're at.
Yes, you did.
Probably Europe.
I am an actual engineer, despite never getting an engineering job.
Oh, Christian, do you have that Matrix bullet time spin?
Oh yeah, okay. So Nico last night on Discord posts this shot of the bullet time effect up on the roof of that Matrix building where Neo's dodging the bullets, except there's no Neo in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The agent is still there shooting, and the bullet trails are still there. The camera move is still happening, but there's no Neo. You painted him out.
Yeah. It is crazy.
And that is, to do that traditionally is a very doable thing. I've done it many times through projection mapping and clean plate projections, all that stuff. It's very doable to do, but it's also not easy to do, especially when you have like the bullet trails in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, here we go. Look at this. Can you zoom in on that? All the bullet trails being actually there. He didn't get that last bullet though.
Yeah, I cut just a little bit before that, just because it was gonna be weird. I can fill the whole screen.
So I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
did it.
I'm assuming you're using some sort of advanced machine learning tool that is able to paint it out. I don't know how much manual input you're giving it, but this is pretty nuts. I'm assuming this was a relatively quick and easy task.
Yeah, I mean, this completely blew my mind because, like you said, you could do this. You can brute force it, but you're looking at probably 4 or 5 days of work, maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
If you want to look this clean with like the bullet ripples still being in there and the
Yeah.
smoke all being in there, you're like, yeah, you're looking at a lot of work to make that happen. If you're really good and experienced, you could probably do it in like 2 or 3 days.
Maybe less. I know Nuke has a lot of really, really good projection mapping tools.
Yeah, but you'd have to like, if you look at this again, look how much Neo occupies in the frame.
Oof, yeah, no
Like,
kidding.
especially at the end, he's covering almost the entire building. You know, opening's like, okay, you could do that. You could do the rooftop. You could do the bit with the helicopter there.
Yeah.
Smoke, yeah, okay, that's getting pretty. That's really difficult right there. You know,
That-
you're like,
but that
Also,
part,
like
how the heck?
The bullet paths, like in the original shot, they go over Neo, and you can see like the dark spots through him. In the new shot,
Oh my
you
God,
don't
you're right.
see Neo.
Like the dark refraction.
yeah, he's
through
painting out
the-
the bullet paths too.
It's it's pretty horrifying. Like, looking at so many parallel lines going, like changing perspective.
Yeah,
Which I don't know if that's. I assume that makes things harder, but
yeah. No, I mean, this is a very difficult shot to paint out. So I'd seen somebody do a test where there's this open source video model called Wren, and
Wan.
Wan
Why
or
don't you call
Wan
the
actually. I should probably
Wambulance?
pronounce it not like a American. Juan is how it's actually pronounced.
One.
And it has this ability to do in painting where you kind of like select a piece of the image and you say fill in this part of the image. And well, there's Magic Mask in DaVinci Resolve. I can select Neo for the whole shot. There's planar tracking in DaVinci Resolve. I can select the shadow under Neo for the whole shot. I can make a really good mask around Neo. All right. There's also these new models that came out, like Flux Context, where you can give it instructions on how to edit the image. So I can give it a picture and just say, remove the man dressed in black from this image, keep the background the same, and just get one image. And if I can do those two things, then theoretically I can just propagate an empty rooftop across the whole shot by generating a reference image without Neo there, creating a perfect mask around Keanu Reeves and his shadow, and just telling it to basically propagate that empty spot into the shot.
All right.
And it worked.
Dude, yeah, that's nuts. That's
It blew my
nuts.
mind.
I would be interested to see an actual physical overlay, like a 50% opacity overlay of the two shots, to see like what parts not in front of Neo have actually been altered.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
It's so anything.
So it's like typically what I've seen with like process shots going through these machine learning tools is that like it actually reprocesses the entirety of the shot. So even like the stuff that you don't want to like touch it looks very similar, but it's still been like reinterpreted.
Yep. So because there's masking involved, it actually leaves all the stuff outside of the mask untouched.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It's crazy. It is insane. Like the way it like. The funny thing is, like, when I first ran it, I got a weird shadow creature, like, in like the center of the shot where Neo was.
Okay.
Because I hadn't painted out his shadow on the ground. I just built a mask around Neo.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, you want me to remove the guy, but what's casting the shadow? So it just invented this like black blob to like make the image cohesive.
Whoa! What? Wait, what? Okay.
Because you're looking at these tools now that can like judge the cohesiveness of an image, where it's like, is this conceptually like sensible, or is this just like chaos noise I'm looking at? And it'll push it towards something sensible, whatever that is. And so you just have to direct it and be like, I want an empty rooftop. I want it to fill in this hole, make it sensible. And it's going to look at the rest of the frame like, okay, here's the motion blur, here's the color tone, here's what pieces are. So I'm going to guess that this little in-painted hole should look like this. And it's wild.
But it was able to fix it once you're able to get rid of the shadow entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least once you masked out the shadow.
Once I masked out the shadow also, it was like, okay, I know what to do now. I don't have to like make the shadow somehow make sense.
So I think you mentioned it, but remind me, you mentioned you had to make your own clean plate.
Mm-hmm.
And was that just like a content-aware fill type thing?
Yeah, so actually I used a how ChatGPT just dropped their like, turn me into a Ghibli cartoon thing.
Vaguely.
Instruction-based image editing with AI models.
Okay.
So there's another tool that's like that, that's much more specific towards photo editing, where it's not so much for like, you can do some of that stuff, but it's more for like, remove a person from the shot or change their hair to be blonde or like that kind of instruction editing.
Okay.
And I used that to remove Keanu Reeves from the shot. Not a shadow, actually, no, I did take the shadow out too. No, I used a shot where I couldn't see the ground beneath him, so I didn't have to worry about the shadow. But yeah, so I just removed him from the shot, and I could have painted him out too. It wouldn't have been that hard, to paint out one frame of, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But either way, I used Flux Context. You can use it for free on their site for a few tries. I gave it a shot, and it worked great. My intention was to Gaussian splat this, which is why I wanted to remove Keanu Reeves from the center of the shot.
We can still do that.
It's too blurry.
Dang.
It's too blurry.
Dude, Starlight.
Yeah, I could, but yeah, maybe. There's a new one called Seed VR 2. That's also very good.
Seed VR 2.
Yeah, it's all these research
cool names,
papers.
Guys.
It's good to know why you're actually trying to do it, because I'm trying to imagine getting like that note as a VFX artist, like the producer or someone at like the company's like, yeah, the shot's sweet, but that guy is covering everything up. Get that guy out of the shot.
Yeah,
who is this guy? Get him out of that shot.
Yeah, I'm on a quest. I'm making a video with Daniel right now, where we are going to try to recreate the Matrix bullet time shot, and we want to get as true to the original as possible. But we want to basically, quote unquote, do it in a day.
Yeah.
Like, we won't actually probably do it in a day, but like the whole idea is like, it's something you can do at home with your computer and like a day or two or three of work, which is crazy considering what it took back then to do the shot.
Oh yeah, months.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same idea as like, the water tentacle video or the T1000 video.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting to explore these like industry changing effect shots that are now achievable today relatively easily compared to how hard they were back then.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just like, it's a nice little reminder of like, yeah, you can go and make stuff that's as good as that. So get out there and go do it.
Yeah. Like what's holding you back?
Yeah. So I've been trying to figure out, the whole interpolation thing, getting the bullet time spin. I've tried a couple different methods. I think I got it figured out, but I wanted to try to put me onto the rooftop from the Matrix. I can just do a rooftop of, the rooftop of the building with a Gaussian splat, which is my intention, but like, recreating the actual Matrix rooftop by getting the full 360 spin from the bullet time shot was my goal. it's not quite working. I did paint Neo out, which was crazy, but it's not quite Gaussian splatting.
Yeah, because now you need to do some sort of like volumetric video capture so that you could render out a unique flight path around you actually doing the trick that matches the rooftop camera move. So then you could just render out both those shots, the clean plate version that you've painted out Neo from, and the rendered out version of you doing the drop, and then get those two camera moves synced up, and then just cut you out and put you on the roof. That's obviously oversimplistic. Because the big part there is like, how do you get the flying camera around you doing a thing when all we're using is like 1 to 4 cameras?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't researched this. I mean, maybe somebody in the chat knows, but like, I wonder if there's a good volumetric Gaussian splat software out where you can record just something with multiple cameras. Like, not a lot, but like truly just like 8 cameras and get a volumetric Gaussian splat. I'm guessing there is not something like that exists yet. But my goal was to actually film it traditionally, using cameras in a circle, but only like a couple, and use much more advanced interpolation between the frames, because they used interpolation between the frames for the original.
They did,
bullet
yeah.
time. And then still place me onto a reconstructed background, and then the same thing. They used actually a very advanced form of photogrammetry for the Matrix Rooftop back then. And so I'd just be using the same like things now, effectively, which are more achievable.
That was one of my favorite things from the Paul DeBevick VFX Artist React episode we did. And I don't remember if it made it into the actual episode.
I think it did. I think
did it?
Yeah,
no, I meant, but like the specific thing I'm about to mention. Because he was talking about view dependent imagery or
right.
whatever it is,
imagery, yep.
Which wasn't really a thing anymore. Because with photogrammetry, you take a bunch of pictures of an object, and it is able to create a 3D model out of that, but those textures are baked, and they're not view dependent. Right. And that's just what we've all come to know of. But back in that day, photogrammetry did include view dependent imagery. And that wasn't basically a view dependent image is like if you're looking at a mirror, depending on what angle you're looking at that mirror, even though it's a flat surface you can represent with a single polygon, depending on your angle of it, it's going to look different.
Right.
But if you were to photoscan a mirror, it's going to have some baked in texture from like one reflection and another reflection and another reflection. And you end up with this flat thing. And when you look at it, you're immediately like, that's not a mirror.
Yeah, it's like painted on.
Yeah. And so as you change your viewpoint, it's just like it's a perspective change rather than like an actual viewpoint change. And I will never forget, like, I mentioned that, and he cringed. I was like, oh, yeah, because, like, photogrammetry isn't viewed, or, like, I forget how I phrased it. And he was like, I was like, he's like, yeah, he wasn't pleased about it, because that was kind of, like, the whole point of doing that thing back in the day, is that, like, yes, it's photogrammetry, but the textures were dynamic.
Yeah, specifically in the Matrix, they were using view-dependent textures. So as the camera orbited, like you can see it on the building in the background, the glass building, the reflections actually slide across the building. You get correct perspective shift. See there how they're sliding? You have the correct perspective. And same thing with the tiles. The reflectivity changes on the tiles.
The ground there gets a little bit brighter the closer to the ground you get, because you get more of that Fresnel reflecting angle of the sunlight. You experience this in real life. If you go out and look at the ground at your feet, it's going to look dark or whatever. But if you get down on the ground and put your head next to the ground and look at the ground again, it's going to look a lot more like the sky. It's going to have more of that bounce light, just because of how light works.
Yeah.
But if you bake that in, you don't get it.
And it's like, since the Matrix, photogrammetry kind of became I'll just bake the textures in kind of thing. And they kind of lost the drive to make the view dependent stuff. And then Gaussian splats and nerfs have brought that back.
Exactly.
So
that's the irony there, is that I got all excited about nerfs a few years back because it could do this thing, and then Paul DeBevick comes in and is like, yeah, that was actually how this started. And we're not there anymore.
Yeah. So that's a little taste of what I've been up to. Paint outs, crazy. I guess they're way easier these days now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yo,
Yeah.
Griff, you do a lot of paint outs in Photoshop.
Yeah, but I only got to worry about one frame.
Yeah, you don't ever have to worry about time other than deadline.
Yeah. But I feel like the one thing that you guys have talked about for a long time is like when you're painting out or when you're trying to like hide anything in video, you can kind of rely on motion. You can rely on a lot of different things to like, you can hide stuff in motion. You can distract the eye from stuff you don't want it to see. There is a little bit of like, okay, you got to do one frame, but then because it's just one image, you got to be a little bit more precise sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you don't. It's pretty surprising. Like, it also depends on how much the people who are going to be looking at your thing care. Like, if you look at any billboard or like bus stop ad, you're going to see so many really bad Photoshop jobs because it's like oh yeah, it's a little billboard for Whole Foods. Like, no one cares if it's got like a nice edge, like.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we're just talking about cutting edge, hyper modern experimental software. What about old software? What's like the
Oh yeah, you want to talk
Yeah,
about
what are
what's
the-
the oldest piece of software you still use?
Yeah, what's the oldest useful piece of software? And I'm opening that to chat too. I'm curious. Like, I use Notepad all the time. The old Notepad. I love the old Notepad.
I don't really use that anymore. There was a time where I would still kind of use it, like the built-in Windows Notepad. Because then it also then graduated into WordPad, but they both coexisted, and I still never used WordPad.
Yeah.
And if I actually need to do any writing, I just use Google Docs.
Yeah, I mean, Google Docs is where it's at.
As far as like old software, it's hard to actually kind of answer that because it's like all the software I use gets updated every year. It gets updated over time. I don't want to use older software. It's not optimized for the current hardware. I think the biggest example I could think of, and it's not even something I even use anymore, but it's the 3D tracking program called Buju.
Yeah, Buju is fantastic.
I remember there was a period of time where I started experimenting with other 3D trackers like Synthesize and I forget the other ones. And even though the other ones were more modern and had better like tracking tools, like being able to manually track certain points within a shot and all that stuff, Buju still had the best solving algorithm. You would basically give it a thing, and it would be able to solve for a more accurate. Jenna just says her parents still use the calendar maker on the compact Presario Windows 95. And that is actually real. It's legit. They have a Windows 95.
Presario.
They have a Windows 95 computer upstairs, and it still works. It's kind of wild.
Speaking of just like all the way full circle back to things older than Emmett, compact computers.
Oh, Load Runner.
Compact with a Q.
Load Runner. Oh my god, dude.
Man.
Yeah, and the issue is that like most of that software isn't even compatible with our computers anymore. Like Windows 11, Windows 10 can't even run anything from Windows like 2000 or XP or 95 unless you boot some sort of like virtual processing type thing, like an emulator, if you emulate older software.
I do think Sam still uses Buju here and there.
I typically just use After Effects Camera Tracker, which has almost zero customization,
Yeah.
zero options. It's just kind of like a one click and it's done. And if it doesn't work, then that sucks.
Go do your shot again.
Yeah, it's like but I shoot for that. I shoot for a shot that is easy to camera track because then After Effects can handle it and it integrates really nicely into my workflow. If it's something more advanced, I'll just use Cinema 4D's built-in camera tracker, which
Cinema
actually
4D
does
is a
work
nice one.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Do games count?
No.
Oh dang! Because if they do, I was gonna say like I've got the Mormon Trail on my phone,
Mormon Trail?
so it's
It's
like Oregon
You died
Trail.
of soaking?
Oh boy, not touching that one.
Instead of dysentery?
Yeah, it was $2. It's the Oregon Trail, but it ends in Salt Lake City, and it's Mormon themed. Pretty old.
You weren't raised Mormon, were you?
No. I was trying to find Oregon Trail, but all I could find was Mormon Trail.
Griffin, do you think that anything is getting closer to competing with Photoshop now? I know that you've said other stuff just flow well or missed tools. Adam Huss.
Affinity Photo. I see someone else mentioning Affinity Photo. I downloaded the free trial because Dan and Casey were recommending it so much. And
I miss those guys.
then me too. I opened it up and it was different from Photoshop, so I closed it again.
Isn't
what
there
I
also
hear-
like, is it called Gump?
GIMP.
Gimp.
Yeah, Gump.
Forrest Gimp.
We got GIMP Photo. GIMP again. It's free, but it's I open it up and it's different, and so I don't use it.
Yeah.
I can 100% relate to that. It's like once you understand how to use a tool, anything else is just like, why? It's the
Yeah.
main reason why I've never really learned Photoshop. I can do some things in Photoshop, but I like to think that I'm good at Photoshopping. I just do it inside of After Effects.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta commit sometimes. Like you gotta decide when you're gonna make that jump. Like we did it for Resolve. We were all like Premiere boys, and then it's like, all right.
But at
go.
least Resolve and Premiere Pro are very similar in that they're a non-linear editor. They do the exact same task. The tools are essentially identical. It's just they look a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit.
My issue with Affinity, which from what I hear is like basically just like the answer to Photoshop. Oh boy, Photopea. I'll get to Photopea in a second.
Is that Photopea?
No, I think it's pea, like the little vegetable.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's Photopea.
Photopia.
Photopea.
Photopia. Oh, I like that. I like that.
Whoa.
Photopia.
Yeah, like so
The
GIMP.
microwave.
Photopea.
Clip Studio Pro. It used to be called, I think, like Paint Studio Pro or something. I used that for a bit in college, and that was like basically Photoshop, but there's a couple different like shortcuts. They handle drawing straight lines way better than Photoshop to this day. But at this point, now like Photoshop, I think is better than Clip Studio Pro. GIMP, also pretty close to Photoshop, but like a little bit different. I opened up Affinity Photo and like it seems entirely different. Like I was like, cool, how do I put a levels layer on this photo? And it's like, oh, there isn't levels.
Oh.
What?
Like it seems like I could be wrong too. If I'm wrong and you're in the chat and you're like, knife's wrong, like tell me I'm wrong. I literally don't know. I opened it up and I was like, it was like you open up a car and you're like, cool, I'm gonna drive to work, and you get in and it's a submarine on the inside. It's just like I was like, what are these like dials and stuff? Like,
Man, what an analogy.
so I just
pull lever to go.
I just closed it. I was like, actually, I'm good. I don't need to work today.
It's like instead of a rear view mirror, it's a periscope.
Yeah, dude, seriously. I was like, that's if you're audio only, that was me turning the little pipe valve thing in a submarine.
Hey, they're saying Photopea is exactly like Photoshop.
It Photopea really is, it's like an in-browser clone. It's a little bit pared down. Like there's the brush selection's pretty limited. It has most of the stuff. If I tried to work from home with Photopea one time because I couldn't parsec in.
Oh.
if you got a big file, you're in for a bad time.
Oh boy.
Like don't expect you can just do whatever you were gonna do on Photoshop in Photopea. Yeah, if you got a bunch of smart objects and stuff, you're gonna be like screaming and throwing your keyboard. Because I almost did. I almost threw my keyboard. It was really bad.
Oh wow.
I've actually done a couple thumbnails in Procreate on my iPad.
Ooh.
I
Apple
love
Pencil.
Procreate.
Yeah. Even though it's tough to make it work like Photoshop, you kind of can. And the ability to just be able to like paint things in as needed really helps.
When you start really understanding like the layers in Procreate and learning how to use like, masking or not like layer masking, Procreate starts getting really powerful.
Yeah. Oh, it's 12:11. We have to shoot a
Bad
whole...
Wolf, where did you see that? Where did you see this node-based Photoshop alternative? What's it called, man?
Oh, there's an After Effects alternative called Autograph that's been getting.
That's
Oh,
right.
put
I remember
onto it.
I've seen some videos on that.
And it's all GPU accelerated After Effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so layer based, timeline based.
Oh, I thought it was node based.
I think you can do nodes too, but it's really intended to be like the After Effects style of workflow or like GUI. But
I've always been
you know.
surprised that After Effects didn't introduce some sort of node system.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Bad Wolf. That I've been literally like wanting that for years now. Yeah, that'd be very, very interesting.
Real Burb, we do not AI generate our thumbnails. It's just too hard to be too specific.
It's literally, it would literally be harder.
Yeah.
Like it yeah, literally
It's easier just
harder.
to take the picture with the camera. It's like, I know the shot I want. Let me go take a picture. Done. Yep. And then you have to do all your work by hand anyways from there. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I think it's
All right,
after
guys.
show time.
It's time for our after show. To everybody listening on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere else,
on
thank you
over.
for joining us for the Corridor Cast. It's good to be back. We'll see you next time. And consider joining us on corridordigital.com, where you can do it live, and you get the pre-show and after show. It's a good time.
Yeah, we're about to start the after show.
All right. See you on corridordigital.com. Bye-bye.
3, 2, 1.